Jesus is God's son, but he lived with his mother Mary and her husband Joseph. Jesus was both human and also God. They all lived in the village of Nazareth. Joseph was a carpenter, and as Jesus grew up, he helped Joseph with his work. Just like any other boy, he would play games with his friends and went to school. Jesus, however, was different from other children in that he was always obedient to God and Mary and Joseph. He did not do any wrong things. At this time, Jesus was 12 years old, the time most boys learned how to do the jobs their fathers did. One day, Jesus was very happy. It was time to go to Jerusalem with the others from Nazareth to worship God in the temple for the Passover celebration. It took a few days for the large group of people from Nazareth and the surrounding area to walk to the big city. They went to the temple, where people were teaching about God and worshiping Him. Jesus was eager to go. After all, his real father was God. Many people came to the temple to pray to God. Some people came to the temple to ask for forgiveness. Teachers taught people how to obey God and live by His laws. They sang praises to God together too. After a few days, it was time to go back home. The large group of people from Nazareth started to make their way out of Jerusalem. Mary and Joseph thought Jesus was traveling with his friends, or maybe some relatives. After traveling all day, they stopped. They called out for Jesus, but he wasn't in the group. They went back to Jerusalem to find him. "Have you seen Jesus?" Mary and Joseph began asking people around town. They searched for 3 days. They did not know it, but Jesus had been in the temple all that time. It was his Father's house. Jesus asked difficult questions about God to the temple teachers, but they could not answer them. So Jesus explained about God to them and answered their questions. Mary and Joseph entered the temple and gasped. There was Jesus talking with the temple teachers. "We've been looking all over Jerusalem for you," they said. "Why do you seek me? Did you not know that I must be about my Father's business?" Jesus replied. He obeyed his parents and went back home with them.